Alright, so here's the head unit to go with the new stereo, with the new subs in the back. Could have just bought a simple little attachment, plug into the factory stereo to put the subs in, but the factory stereo, you know, is pretty good, but it just didn't have the power to send to the speakers, and then you couldn't add an aftermarket amp other than the one for the subs, the little splitter that you put onto it. So I went ahead and I bought this. This is a Boss BV9150. This has basically everything that you would want to plug into it, and then some. It already has an amp out, so you can plug directly, you know, from the stereo to the amp. Then it also has a second subwoofer setting, so you can plug in a second set of subs. It also has amp setups in the back. It has reverse camera. Don't have a camera set up though, but has all of the video. You can see right here, it comes out from underneath. It's only got like 6 inches of play, but that's a 3.5mm jack. It will play video through the monitor if you plug it into something that does, you know, have the video out through the 3.5mm jack. But the stereo is pretty awesome. There's a lot of functions to it. You do have 3 FCC. It's on FM2. It has FM 1, 2, and 3. Each one has 6 settings. It has 2 for the AM. The DVD player actually acts as a DVD/CD player. So if you put in a CD, it pops up with this menu. You see this. You can touch on the sides to, you know, back, forward. You also have the other buttons up there that you can press as well. If you touch it in the middle, you have the display that comes up on the bottom. That's for the movies. If you use any of those, it actually pauses the song. Then if you hit mode again, you have, that's AV front. You have a front and rear AV. The front one comes out right there. The rear one is actually that one. So you plug in the cell phone or anything, you can plug it into either AV, you know, the AV1 or the AV2, the rear. But I like the 3.5mm jack. It sends a lot better signal. The one that you plug into the front, they kink, they break, so I suggest not using that one for that. It does have a USB port here. The USB port only acts as a charger, sort of say, for your cell phone, iPod, etc., stuff like that. Now, I plugged my phone into the USB port. It only gives you enough power just to keep your phone alive. It doesn't actually charge your phone. Yeah, so I wouldn't actually recommend using that. Now, when I did plug my phone into it, it asked if I wanted to use it as a hard drive. I haven't done that. I don't know if it'll actually work yet, but someday I'll eventually try it. But the stereo is actually really, really cool. It does get loud.
0000, number SM501585.
Volume goes all the way up to 39. A lot of people say that you can't tune the stereo too well. It doesn't have, you know, the advanced settings. The stereo tunes just fine for me. I have no issues. You can control the front, the rear, left, right, treble, bass. I mean, you can control everything. So there, I mean, to me, there's no big deal. But yeah, total install on it. The hardest part was just getting the wiring harness for it. It has to have a specialty one. Thankfully, I don't have the actual OnStar or the buttons right here on the steering wheel for the stereo control, because the stereo control is, I think, another $50. OnStar would be another like $60, and if I had the Bose sound system in the car, it would be like another $100 on top of that. The piece already was like $130 just to get it, and I mean that cost more than the head unit. I only paid like $100 for the head unit, and that was with like rush delivery. So, but that was the hardest part. There are no wires. You only see the 2 wires back there. I don't know if you can actually see them. The 2 you can see. I got the power wire and the speakers for the subs. They don't. There's not enough slack in them really. They don't really tuck behind the carpet. I'm gonna just zip tie them up
underneath the dash, so that way they're out of, so you don't catch them with your feet or anything.
But that's the only wiring that is actually exposed other than what's in the trunk. That's just a mess. Eventually that'll get cleaned up, but I'm just, it's all hooked up, so I'm not in a real hurry to clean it all up and whatnot. I mean, it's not a show car. It's just, this is what I drive every freaking day. So I just wanted some, some good bumps in my ride. So now I got it. Piss everybody off. Neighbors don't like me. Come home at 4 o'clock in the morning.